Well, as we're 3 weeks into the new Premier League season and the first international break is already upon us, it felt like a good time to dissect some of the action so far and pick out my three big talking points. I'll start with Liverpool. I was at Old Trafford on Sunday as they battered Manchester United in the big grudge game in English football. It means Arne Slot's side are one of only two teams with a 100% record to this point, along with the defending champions Manchester City. And if I take you back to my pre-season blog, I did say I thought Liverpool would be a lot closer to City and Arsenal than many people expected in the wake of Jurgen Klopp's surprise exit. They were 7-1 then. They're as short as 4-1 now with starsports.bet to win the league. And I think they are genuine contenders, even at this early stage. You have to be impressed with the subtle changes that Slot has made to their playing style. Defensively, I think they look a little bit more secure and less chaotic, maybe, than they were playing Klopp's rock and roll football. Mo Salah looks like a player reborn under the new Dutch manager. I think Luis Diaz and Jota will get plenty of goals as well. What about Ryan Gravenberch and his transformation into a deep-lying midfield player? He was brilliant at United on Sunday. So I think Liverpool very much have to be in the conversation. I wouldn't put you off backing them at all at 4-1 to wrestle the title away from Manchester City, who are still 11-10 favourites. Arsenal 2-1 in that particular market. Point number two brings us on to United. It's been a poor start, hasn't it, already? Erik ten Hag under big pressure. It feels 2 defeats from 3 games, lost the Community Shield on penalties. Now, I'd seen reasons for positives in the wake of that FA Cup final win at the end of last season. I thought they played well against City at Wembley, but just lacked a clinical edge up front. They were decent against Fulham on the opening day, could have won by more, even in defeat of Brighton. I wasn't too depressed as a Manchester United fan. That all changed on Sunday. There was so much wrong with that performance. It did look like the same old United. They've got Southampton in the first game back after the international break. Then it's Barnsley at home in the League Cup. A potential banana skin there, and you wonder how many more defeats Ten Hag can suffer. They're 4-1 United to finish in the top four. I think other teams at this moment in time would represent better value. And finally, let's take a look at the relegation race. Leicester City still odds-on favourites with Star Sports to go down, but it looks like they're going to avoid a points deduction, so I would expect that to change. Southampton, I saw them at Brentford at the weekend. They looked like they were going to concede goals for fun, and they don't really look like they're going to score either, so I fear for them. In fact, the 3 newly promoted teams, I think Ipswich have impressed me the most. I thought they were semi-decent against Manchester City, took a surprise lead there, played well against Fulham at the weekend where they managed to grind out a point. If they stay up, then you have to worry for Everton. 3 successive defeats once again at the start of the season for the Toffees, and you can't be 2-0 up at home against a Bournemouth side who hadn't had a shot on target and lose 3-2. They look totally devoid of confidence. They look like a group of players who've forgotten how to put points on the board. You can back Everton to go down at odds against around about 6-4 with Star Sports Bet. And I think I might be having a few quid on that. Those are my thoughts on what we've seen from the Premier League season so far. If you have any opinions, leave them in the comments below.